everybody, it's Jody, Simply Stitching Ocala. This is a different setting. I look like I'm so far back, but I have high 10-foot ceilings, so I'm just trying something different. My last few videos, I just felt like they were very grainy and like the light isn't good in there, so we're gonna try this in here. So, thanks for joining me. Simply Stitching Ocala is primarily where I share my cross stitch whips, finishes, all the things. Just a little backstory in case you're new here. I have only been cross stitching about 5 years, but I've been quilting about 20, but I haven't really quilted since 2018, since my mom died. But I am starting to get a little bit of quilty mojo back. So I am just going to share a couple things right here in the beginning on quilts. Sorry, from now on I'll do it at the end, but the way I have things on my table set up, they are on the top in order for me to get down to other things. So life update, not too much going on. Just working my job, sometimes watching my grandbaby, doing a little bit of things around the property and so forth. No adventures too much. Last weekend I was lucky enough that I went with Felicia, Floss and Blocks. We met for breakfast, and then we went to our local L&S here in Ocala, which is Brick City, and we were able to pick up a few items. And anybody that follows me on Instagram at Simply Stitching Ocala, I did put in my stories that we both showed up in Be Kind, exact same shirt. Not planned. So anyways, that was cute. I am going to see her this Saturday for a short time, but she's packing up and moving to Minnesota on Tuesday. So I'm happy for her because she'll be with all of her family. But sad for me, but thank goodness for Marco Polo. I love Marco Polo. If you don't know about that app, check it out. It's great video conversations I do with lots of friends. Okay, so I'm going to start off showing you. I'm going to have to pause 1 minute already, sorry. Okay, sorry about that. So I wanted to show you both of these quilts. So I just quilt on my brother, can't think what it's called, P1500 maybe. No, that's not it. I'll put it below. It's just a straight stitch machine that I've had for I don't even know how long, probably 10-12 years. Has a large throat, but so it allows me to quilt, and I just do like loopy quilts. I don't do anything fancy. I've never had mine quilted by somebody with a long arm, but I may do that for this one that I'm doing currently. Anyways, I decided that I pulled out 2 different whips that basically I had finished piecing the whole top. I had the backing ready to go. I just put it away. Both of these I pieced in 2017. Which is crazy. I could not believe when I went back to look at my photos that had been since 2017. So I originally made this quilt, and let me see what the name of it is. The pattern is Pineapple Quilt by Westwood Acres, and it's called Hospitality Pineapple. So I originally made this quilt in different fabrics, and then my daughter decided she was wanting it. I'm not going to be able to show you like the whole quilt, obviously, because I don't have enough room, but I'll just show you. And then this is like a grunge fabric on the back. So I just loopy quilted it. I did a scrappy binding with fabrics that were from the quilt, and I don't actually remember the name of this fabric. I want to say it's a Ruby Star collection, but I don't remember. And I have a quilt ladder that I purchased in my bedroom that's been sitting for months empty. So they actually were on there until I just took them off to show you. This other one is, it wasn't a pattern, it's just it's called the Cracker quilt block. and it was easy to make. And the fabric is by Bonnie and Camille. It's their collection called Handmade. And I love this quilt because I love the fabric. And again, just my loopy design on my home machine. And so it's just kind of a color variant. You can see the whole thing on Instagram if you want. So I did post some pictures of it I took with the girls, but it's reds and blues and greens, and it even goes to blacks. And then I did this really cool triangle print on the back, if you can see it. And I did a polka dot black and white binding. So I absolutely love that. So both of these now are hanging finished from 2017, hanging in my room. And then my sister-in-law sent me this pattern, or told me about it, sorry, Cotton and Joy Patterns, and it's called Annabelle. And it's a new one that just came out, and it's cows. And we live on 7 acres, but we have 200 acres behind us that have cows. So anytime my grandson comes over, he still doesn't really talk very much, but he knows how to say cow. So as soon as he gets out of the car, the first thing he says is cow, cow. And so he just absolutely loves the cows. So I saw this and I was like, oh, I have to make that. But my daughter didn't like the rainbow colors. So I'm doing several shades of blue and 2 shades of brown for the cow faces. So far I have just 3 done. And I'm not doing that large size. I'm doing a 50 by 57, which is more of a kids throw size. So it's this brown one. So cute. I'm in love with this. It's been so much fun. It's a lot of pieces. It's 42 pieces per block. So it's a lot of pieces. But you can, once everything's cut out, it takes me about an hour-ish to sew each block. So there's 12 blocks and I've done 3. So I did one this morning before work. You can't tell, but that's actually a dark navy. And then his black eyes. But anyways, it's so cute. So I'm really trying hard to maybe possibly see if I could, I don't know if I'll have time, but if I can get it stitched up in the next week and maybe possibly have somebody quilt it with a long arm. Like I said, I always just do like my loopy things, but I would really like to be able to give it to him for his birthday in March and have it quilted. So anyways, that's a little bit about quilting. I know this is usually only about cross stitch, but since I'm getting back into it just a little bit, I just wanted to share because I was excited about those. So I know I'm going to have to look down more because I'm standing in order to see my notes. So I apologize. I don't want y'all to think I'm being rude or anything when I look down. Okay, so I did complete all the things I wanted to do for January. Like I said, my plans for this year are trying to work on a whip that I have for a week of the month, a new start that I start a week for the month, a small that I do for a week during the month, whether it's for a Christmas ornament or in exchange for a retreat or a gift or something like that. And then the other week is to work on the Teresa Kogut 2-year stitch along called Hometown. So I'm not going to even go into any previous finishes because I didn't pull any of those, but I'm just going to talk about all my fully finished. So this one is Love by Madame Chantilly, and I found this frame on clearance at Hobby Lobby, and literally I didn't do anything else to it. It's just literally it was kind of indented and you can't take the back off. So I just wrapped it and did it on the sticky board, press board, and put it in there. And I really like that frame and I think it turned out cute. Again, that's My Love by Madame Chantilly. And you can, her patterns are in stores, but you can also, I believe, if she still does it, get her PDFs in her Etsy store. The next one, this one is Love Mini Quaker, and this one is from the Heart Needleart, and I did this one on 20 count Morganite by Fiber on a Whim, and I used Gentle Art Hibiscus, and I just made this into a little pillow to go in my dough bowl, because my dough bowl is sad and only has currently, sorry, I feel like I might have to adjust. I feel like I'm so far away to show you, but to reach, but it's super cute. And I did the method where you sew and then you slit and then you put a piece of felt on the back. I know sometimes I'll put 2 pieces of felt and like decorative pins, but I didn't do this. So this is just, and I just did this one with the cotton batting filling, because it doesn't really need to sit all that much in the bowl that I have. Like, it doesn't need to stand. So that is another fully finished item. Then the next one is the Be Mine by the Camping Stitcher. And I did this one on the Color and Cotton typewriter, 20 count. And I did all the called for DMC, except I changed the gray to be shamrock. And again, I made this into a little pillow with this sweet fabric on the back. And again, I did the whole cut the slit and fill it with the cotton batting. But this is super cute. I love it on this fabric, and I did it with the Lady Dot Creates pom-poms. It came out so cute. And you can buy her patterns on Etsy, and then she has also started, she has paper patterns as well that you can get from your local L&S or online stores. The next one that's a fully finished is V is for Valentine, and this one was by Pineberry Lane, and this was a freebie, and this is Fiber on a Whim Tuscan. And again, this is a cute little pillow that I did the rick rack, and then I just after the fact glued some buttons on, and again use the same backing fabric and just use the felt to cover up where I slit to put my cotton batting in. This one is the Valentine Quaker by Primrose Cottage, and this one is also on the 20 count Morganite fabric, and I don't know if you can tell, and I did there it does have backing fabric, and then it does have Lady Dot Creates pom-poms. I feel like it's making a shadow from up there. And then this little basket, I had it in my stash. It's just like a small white tobacco basket that I don't know why it's not Tabasco sauce, it's tobacco basket, that I got last year at Hobby Lobby. And I just thought it was so cute in there. And I had tried different things, and I just really didn't have any ribbon that I liked, so I just used that kind of neutral light tan ribbon and added 2 buttons. So that will sit on my hutch. Now the next one, this one is the Stitch by Pansy Patch, okay? And we had gotten, I think I had showed it in a past video, we went to the Pep Rally 141 design, hold on, back in September at Chantel's. She had gifted us this amazing box, and there's actually a stitch that actually will fit on top of this, but I decided that I was going to use this stitch, and I really decided that I didn't want to paint it. This stitch is not, it's a little bit, it's different than me, and you can see in my craft room it's very bright. My craft room is very bright. I love aqua, and this does have blue in it, but it's not aqua. And it just, the stitch to me is very like, more like Victorian, and reminded me of my mom. she had very Victorian things in her house for a while. So anyways, I decided that I was like, you know what, I really want to cover it and like decoupage it. So I found I found paper on Amazon. And I covered the box with the fabric. So it's covered on the sides, it's covered on the bottom. Because I just felt like the different paper just went so well with the stitch itself. And all I did was I just added some batting to the sticky board, and then attached that piece with hot glue onto the top, and added the rickrack after because there was enough of a space to add it after. And my plan has always been for this to keep it in my craft room, but I didn't feel like it was going to go necessarily on the wall because the colors are more muted than the brightness that you see that's everywhere in here. So my plan was always to keep my project cards in here. And so this is the only part, and I know I could fix it, but I'm not going to. So when I stitch the inside, when I glued the paper to the inside, I thought I left it propped open enough. Like I had put something, but when I came in the morning, it was like this. And so you can see right there where it's white that it had stuck to itself. And so it took up a little bit of the paper, but I'm just gonna leave it because to me that's part of like the old type looking charm, right? So my plan is just to keep my cards in here, and all I'm gonna do right now, I just have like a sticky note, which will denote like the ones in the front are from last year. I haven't been doing it that long, but from last year, and then the ones behind the sticky note. So I am just gonna take something and make like an index so that I know, and you know, I'll put them in alphabetical order according to year as they go. But I just thought it was a great way to use this amazing box that Chantal gave us. And for me, it's also just something that reminds me of my mom. So, and it takes hours, people, to cut paper and then slice along the edges, you know, because I didn't cover like the edges where it's like the burnt wood, or I don't know what you call it. Sorry, Chantal, if I'm saying it wrong, but the edging, that brown is actually how it comes from her, and I didn't want to cover that up. So anyways, I'm super happy with how it turned out. It's something totally different than I've finished before, but super, super happy with that. All right, so that's what we have for fully finished items, which is a lot. So I fully finished 6 items in January, and I stitched all of those 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 of those were all stitches that I started and finished in January, and I have 2 others also, but those are for exchanges, and I haven't finished those yet because I'm not sure how I want to finish those. And then my love was the whip that I finished. So I feel like I got a lot accomplished in January. Moving forward, when I get bigger whips and such, that's not going to happen because I'm not going to even finish them in the week time. But anyway, so let's moving on to whips. So right now, all I have for whips, this is the Teresa Kogut, the Hometown. So we only have part 1, and each part comes out in her Patreon if you're in her level 4 tier on the 15th of each month. And I'm doing this on 20 count fiber on a whim eggshell. And again, it's a mystery stitch along, so the only photo we have is that. And it's 2 years long, so I really hope I can keep up with it. And sorry, I haven't ironed or anything, but that is the first part completed. So that's supposed to be part of my goal. I have a week to finish it when it comes out. So that's a current whip. Another whip that is now WIP because I started it, is I was talking to my friend Felicia, and since she is moving to a new place, she was like, I really think I want to do that new family pattern by Stitching with the Housewives, you know, since we're starting in a new house and such. And I really like it. My house is very farmhousey, and so I was like, you know what, I want to stitch that too. So I don't know what happened to my project card on it though. It was just here. Okay, well, I'll tell you another time, because I'm not sure what I'm stitching it on. I want to say it's 20 count. I think it's cream and sugar, and it's going to be using the called for colors. I haven't put the blue on it yet, except I think I may be doing Tropical Paradise. I'm not sure if that's, so this is the pattern, and it's Family by Stitching with the Housewives. And Felicia got us all set up. She went to Hobby Lobby. She got the same little rack, plaque, and all the things. And then I had the ribbon already. Yeah, no, it is Tropical Paradise. So it's hard to see, but it's just on like the outline of some of the letters. And so this now is going to become a WIP, even though it was not part of my WIPs for the year. So I'm going to probably, I don't know if I'm going to take a WIP out. What I think I'm going to do is I'm just going to do a smaller WIP this month so that I can work on them both. So that is what I have so far. So I have the whole top border done, and then I'm outlining, and then I'll go and I'll do the bottom border. Oops, I'll do the bottom border. That way I'm going to keep the letters for like fill in. So not next Tuesday, but the Tuesday after, I do a stitching Zoom with friends, and that's like perfect. Like when you're just doing, or I might do some with my friend Felicia on Saturday if I see her for a short time. Just nice fill in. Don't have to count, just fill in the letters. I love that kind of stitching. So, so I decided, I'm like, okay, so I have the list of the things that I want to do for the year. And so, but if I decide to put something in new, I may pull something out and, you know, change it. That's why I never assigned anything for the month. So I did pull out for February. My WIP is going to be this really small one. And this is Little House Needleworks Autumn Petites. And I just have one of the patterns. So the one I'm working on is the one right in the middle, right there, called Fall. And all I honestly have left is one of the leaves at the bottom, and then the rest of the border. So, I mean, it's not going to take me that long at all to do that. So that's why I was like, okay, I give myself a week to work on a WIP. So I'm going to pick for this month, pick something easy that I can finish maybe in one evening. I usually stitch like 2 to 3 hours at night, maybe in one evening, and then I can continue to work on that family as a WIP. So that's my WIP plan for February. And then I'm gonna have two new starts, which I'll go over those in a minute. So I'm going to start. I feel like I want to count this as February. I don't know. So I'm starting, today is Carrie Tiger Lily Design on Instagram and YouTube and all the things. Today's her birthday. Happy birthday, Carrie. Anyways, I've never done a birthday stitch along. I was talking to Emily Call. She's never done a birthday stitch along. So this is both our first birthday stitch alongs. And the pattern that Carrie picked is Anne Richardson, age 9, and it's by My Sister Sampler. So if you follow her, I'm sure you've seen her talk about it. And today is actually the 31st. I'm recording this in the evening though, so I don't know if I'm actually going to start it today on her birthday. It might get started tomorrow, so that's why I'm saying you may count as a new start in February. I did order Vicky Clayton silks, and I literally got them super fast because it was actually charted in the Vicky Clayton. And if you go search Vicky Clayton silks, if you've never used them, I ordered them for North Pole, but I have yet to start that and use them. But she has a special price for the thread pack for Carrie's birthday, and you get 8.7 yards on there, and you get, there's 7 colors, and you get them for $17. So, and they're beautiful colors. I'm gonna show them to you. I have them in this little box. I'm gonna tell you about in a minute. Beautiful, beautiful colors. So I know other people have used a different box, and I have a similar box with the lid, but the thing about that is there's no separation of container spaces. And I was looking up, like, how do people store their silks? And I was like, okay, yeah, there's green. There's two of these greens that I have separated that are very similar in color. And people are like, okay, when you pull off the 6th strand and you cut it, and then you take 1 strand to stitch with, what do you do with the rest? Because it's on the spool, if you're not gonna put it on thread drops or something. And so people were just talking about, you know, they use more of a container that has a divider, because then you can just put the actual color back in the hole. And then this can actually fit 3 spools. So if you had like a lot, you can actually, if you stack them sideways, you can put 3 spools. And just don't, like, if you have a lot of flosses, this one obviously only has 7, and this has 10 containers. So you could put 3 in each, which would be 30 threads, which would be really tight though to get in and out. But 2 in there is doable, and that's 20 threads. And I'm fine with 20 threads because I don't want to do more than 20 threads. That's a lot of threads, right? And then you can just put one similar, like put ones different, like put a green and a red in the same bin. And that way you can also then put the loose ones that you pull off and stick them in there. And not worry about that you're going to mix up the green colors, because I've just heard people say sometimes that happens. So anyways, and this is super inexpensive. So I bought 2 in case I do another Vicky Clayton conversion. This was at Walmart, and it's by Everything Mary. It was back in the craft section near where they have, I think it was with the beading stuff. I don't know. I just went and looked around. It was $1.44. Okay. This is what it looks like. And it's not any taller or any thicker than the other container that I have, which I didn't bring over, that a lot of people are using. So obviously it's a little bit wider. I feel like the other container is maybe only this wide. So it's a little bit wider, but it's not any taller as far as taking up space. And it's $1.44. Another option, this one is also called by Everything Mary. This has 16 storage spaces, but I couldn't tell until I got it home. And I haven't opened the plastic yet, but I don't think, because it's double-sided, so it is thicker than the other one, and I don't think it will fit the spools unless, well, it'd fit them flat. That's it. So you really only probably put 1 in there, but it's another option at Walmart. And again, I think it was less than $2. So I bought both because I wasn't sure what I was going to like. So I haven't decided. I'm pretty sure I'm going to do this on 20 count harvest wheat by Color and Cotton. But then I also just got in from the January Club, which is part of my small haul, mushroom bold in 20 count. So they're similar but different. One has more gray undertone, one has a more pinky undertone. So I still haven't decided for sure on that. I need to look at it and decide what I'm going to do for sure, since I'm going to be starting it either tonight or tomorrow. We'll see. And then I don't really have a lot of haul. I did buy this the other day because I thought this was so cute, and I really would like to make a drum, or even maybe make it look like this. I'm not sure, but this is PA Dutch Tomato Pin Keep by With the Needle and Thread, Brenda Gervais. So I got that at my local L&S, and here's the pattern on the back. So this may end up being something I could possibly do for a small. I'm not sure. But I saw it and I was like, okay, I'm going to pick it up. So I got that. I also got this Winter Blessings by Plum Street Samplers that possibly could be a small as well. but that would probably be for like something I was going to in October or November, right? Because nobody probably wants to get Christmas right now, or maybe some people do, I don't know. And I also got my first, I signed up to be in Atomic Ranch's fabric club this year. So I got my first, it's called Amber Waves and 20 count. And it's a pretty light, it's like a yellowy tan. It's very pretty, so excited to be in their club. And then I also got XG Designs 20 count marbled hazelnut. Oh my gosh, I absolutely love this. Love it. I'm not gonna open the whole piece, but look at the modeling on that. Oh, I love it. Now I don't think, depending on where, maybe I'll open it up, depending on where you use the piece, there are some sections that are lighter that, you know, I don't feel like a white would necessarily show up, but it's so pretty in person. Like, I feel like it's showing up even more modeled than it is, but it's so pretty. And that's a 20 count marbled hazelnut. So I really hope that they eventually have more of this. They don't have any now, but I love it. Then I also got 18 count, because that's what they had. I like the color of the Duxbury by Fox and Rabbit. It does have, I won't show the whole piece, it does have, I like the color, but it does, but besides the modeling, it does have some like splashes. I cut out a piece to use for the stitch that I'm going to start this weekend. So I'm not sure if I like the splatter look, if that's how it's supposed to be. Not really sure, but I'm going to work around it or use the other side, or, you know, I'll see. But I do really like the color of the fabric itself. So that was part of my haul also. And then of course, another Como Stitches bag. Love when she does patchwork. And this is the Lighthearted by Camille, Ross Kelly with Moda. So pretty. And inside here, this is actually the stitch that I'm going to start this weekend with Felicia. So we decided when we were together that we're both going to start, when we're together on Saturday, the Redbird Sampler by Brenda Gervais. And we condensed some of the colorings because we just felt like they had some other different pinks and reds, and anyway, so we definitely condensed some. So this is the one that I am doing, the 18 count Fox and Rabbit, the Duxbury that I just showed you. And so we went with a few of the called for colors, and then others we changed. And I'll eventually post that on my Instagram. Sorry, I was trying to like lay this out, but the colors are so pretty in this. Whoop, there goes the pattern. So we're gonna start this together when we're together on Saturday. And this will be a whip that we work on together. Maybe on some of our Zoom stitch alongs. So that's gonna be a new start for the month. And I have the Carrie start. So that's actually 2 new starts, which is not part of my plan. But again, I can change my plan. I've told myself that. I wanted to start the birthday stitch along, so I'm going with that. And what I ended up doing is, this was supposed to be a new start, and I was gonna do it for this month, and this is Hello Spring by Plum Street Sampler, and it's all ready to go with my tag and my floss and all the things. And so I'm gonna take that out for now, since I'm adding another one in. And I'm just gonna take it out and say, not right now. Maybe next year, right? But I can change the plan if I want to. And so right now, that's my plan. I'm gonna take it out of the rotation. And my last little bit of haul is I received my Keeper Club from Tiger Lily. And oh my gosh, this is absolutely gorgeous. I love this fabric. I didn't bring my little sheet over to tell you guys what it is, but absolutely gorgeous. So I'm gonna put her birthday stitch in here, but look at that gorgeous fabric. So pretty. So, so pretty. And then the inside, just as pretty. Look at those rabbits and birds. Love it, love it, love it, love it. And then she actually made also this beautiful scissor keeper in the coordinating fabric. And in there was also these incredible, adorable scissors. And then of course you get extra goodies. So we got this cute dragonfly bracelet and some caramels that were from Southern Caramel Sweet Traditions. And then she also had some custom, these are made by Atomic Heart Cross Stitch, and these are custom Tiger Lily exclusive threaded hearts. So these are floss drops, and it's really hard to tell. There's a whole bag of them, but I'm not going to show the whole bag. I just put a couple on a ring. And they actually, you're not going to be able to tell because they're hard to tell. It's when the light hits it. But they're like the same color blue-ish green that's in the Project Keeper, but these have like little glitter on them. So Carrie, those are so beautiful. She does amazing picking all the goodies, right? So that's all my haul. It's not too much. I'm really trying to be intentional. I've already been, and I didn't bring any here, but I'm using my planner. I'm writing down what I stitch every day. Also now if I quilt something, I write that in there as well. Making sure I write finishes in the back on a list. And I also started, like I already had a wish list, but now I started a market wish list because I really want to be more intentional with all the things. Sometimes I feel like I get caught up in market and then I order all these things. I have so many things I ordered from last year at market that I haven't stitched, right? So if it's an exclusive, yes, if you think you're going to stitch it right now, but otherwise the stuff will be out and it'll be out. If you're not stitching it right now, you don't necessarily need it right now. I know the designers don't want to hear that because they want you to buy it, and I so appreciate it, and tons of people will still buy it, but I am definitely an overbuyer, so I'm trying to be better. Trying to be better, right? That's all I can do is try. 6 months from now, I might be different, right? So let's go over the winners from last week. So if it's you that I call your name, please email me. It'll be below at simplystitchingocala@gmail.com, and I will get those out to you sometime within the next week. So the first one was the love pattern that was mine and all the floss that goes with it. This one's by Madame Chantilly. And the first winner is going to be, of this one, is Deborah Quilts 8030. So that's Deborah Quilts 8030. So please email me and I will get that out to you. So that was the first winner. The second one is Lovebirds, generously donated by Primrose Cottage, and that's this one. And the winner of that one is Candace Burns 4788. Kansas Burns 4788. So if you give me an email, I'd be happy to get that out to you. And the last one, number 3, also courtesy of Primrose, thank you ladies, is Be Mine. And the winner on that one is Cross Stitcher 2236. So, anyways, just email me like I said below and I'll get those out for you. And let's see, this week, this week I'm going to have 2 giveaways. And so, just let me know if you want number 1 or number 2. And also, I'm going to try different areas of my room. If you've watched my videos before, I have enjoyed having my hutch behind me, and it normally has my seasonal decor so that the videos are not always the same looking as far as the background, but I just feel like, again, like I said, the lighting is not that great. So let me know if you feel like this is better lighting wise. I do feel like I may need to adjust something because the table is further away as far as me holding things up. Any suggestions that you guys want to put in the comments, I would really appreciate it. So number 1 giveaway, again, courtesy of Primrose Cottage Stitches, is going to be Raindrop Kisses. And this is a cute little pattern. It's only a 48 by 78 stitch, so that would go super quick. And then the second one is their Seasonal Samplings by Primrose Cottage, and this one is Spring. And this one, stitch count is 118 by 71. So let me know in the comments if you're interested in number 1 or number 2. And also I would greatly appreciate any feedback that you have possibly about the new location or what you might think would look better. So I appreciate you all joining me, and I hope that you get some fabulous stitching time. Till I see you next time. Thanks. Bye.